Hi, I just want to know another quick video, Sonorus tapping video, just to answer a couple of questions I've had by email lately. Um, the first one is concerning the bass or the low ends of these instruments. Um, can they handle low end being a 28-inch scale instrument? Will they handle it as well as a 36-inch scale instrument? And the truth is, I think they do, because I've spent a lot of time on scales and I found that they do. But what they also do is they handle the highs really well. Where they have the really long instruments, the 36-inch scales are great for the lows, but I find them to be not very good for playing the high notes. It's the strings that I don't. The tension of the strings always seems a bit wrong to me. So with that in mind, I've made it 28-inch scale, so the tension throughout all the strings is even. I find a lot more even, and this is why I've made them this way. Just to show you that it can handle some bass. Yep, definitely got a lot of bass on there. So yep, you got your. This one is B E A D G C F A sharp. Really nice tone all the way through. Okay, so that's that question. So yeah, if you like bass, it's got plenty of that, loads of that. I hope it comes out on the phone. I've done one of this before on the phone. It sounded all right. It won't do it complete justice, obviously, because it's a mobile, but you know, I think you get a basic idea. So the other question was, how can an instrument without a fretboard really work? And it's quite simple. If you've got the string tensions just right, which I have, then when you press, you're just touching onto the frets. So you're actually resting onto the frets, so there's no need for a board underneath it. And because the action's so low, you don't have to hit the strings so hard at all. You just let your fingers fall onto the notes, and it feels natural, and there's no friction there. It just feels fast. So yeah, so no fretboard makes no difference. It's also pretty good if you like to look behind the instrument, and you can look through the neck, a wide neck, so you can look through it, play from the back. Some people do play with the instrument fully upright, so it's a nice way to do that. Not many people play that way, but some do. A couple of people who have bought them do actually play that way, and have commented that they really enjoyed the fact that they could see through there. So that's it out of the question. This is the midnight. This is the midnight 8 string, by the way. I think did I say it was B E A D G C F A sharp? I've got another one down here, similar instrument. This is the Orange Crush that I've just changed the logo for, and this one is E A D G C F A sharp D sharp. So similar instrument, exactly the same, but slightly high. Hasn't got that deep low, though. I can change that, and I can put any set of strings on there you want, but it does sound really good like that one, and some people like the more sort of high-end sound. Okay, next question is, does it work well with effects? And I think one of the reasons I make it so minimal and don't have too many controls and stuff, I like it simple, passive, is so that it can work great with effects. I've just got a simple GT5 effects. I haven't set it up really for anything, but I've got distortion set up, so I'll hear what it sounds like with a bit of distortion, if I can get that to overdrive. Set the EQ on. nice Queens of the Stone Age sort of vibe there. I like that. I don't use effects very often. That's nice. I like that. Right, so that's the distortion. Take that off. Bit of chorus and reverb maybe. See how that goes. Don't know what that does. It's quite nice. Yeah, so it works well through pedals, and the sound is pretty even all throughout. I tend to put compression on when I'm playing this instrument. Not much, but that brings the levels of all the strings together, because obviously you've got these really low and really high strings, so you want to bring the volumes similar, and so a bit of compression really does help the playing. And I think that's the main questions people have asked me. Intonation, they've asked me about. The intonation on this will be better than anything you've ever played before, because these parts here are, well, the rails that hold the frets are machine lasered to within ridiculous amounts, a couple of half a thou or something nuts like that. So you know it is completely even throughout. So the intonation is always all good. And I think that's everything. All right, so this is the Midnight. I hope the camera hasn't been too shaky. This one is an 8-string that I've got up for sale at the moment. If this goes, they take about 5 weeks to build. Just give me a shout, give me a message, and I'm always willing to have a chat to you about. We can change the color logo. These plates here, these ones are black, but obviously control knobs and hardware can be black, gold, any colors you like really, and it will remain the same. There's no difference in the price for custom bits and bobs. And this is all this is hand cut, and the body. I normally use walnut. Let's turn this over. This one is walnut. Again, let me just switch this off. Shapes. I can do different shapes. This one's got like a sort of more of a, it's like a fender kind of shape. This one on the back, like a and woods. This is walnut, and I normally go with walnut. It's my nice piece of walnut there, all ready to be cut down. So that's what I normally use. Nice piece of walnut for that. And I think this one down here, this has got walnut, but it's got like a veneer on the back, which I can put. I can put veneer. If you fancy dark woods but want a different colour veneer, I can do that as well. That's not a problem. And that's, again, no extra. It's just fun. I enjoy doing it. So just give me a shout if you want something built specifically for you. The only thing I'll remain the same always is always going to be volume and tone. I don't go nuts with all the controls and all that sorts of stuff. I keep them simple. If I want preamps and stuff, I just have an outboard one, and this keeps it from going ridiculously overpriced. It keeps it simple, and everyone knows exactly where they are. Okay, so that's it. So it's a long video, but I hope that explains. Any more questions, then give me a shout, and I'll try and make a video to answer those questions. But anyway, thanks for visiting the page, and I just enjoy building them. So keep coming back to the page. There's always going to be something new there, I hope. And as long as people like them, then I'll still build them. When people don't, I won't. All right. Cheers. Bye bye.